This week on the Grassroots podcast.
If someone comes and watches you week in and week out, they're going to follow you on Facebook. And if they feel that you're the same team on the ice as you are on social media, who they have contact with throughout the week, they're going to love you and they're going to recommend you. And, you know, They're going to love what you're doing.
I mean, being a grassroots sport, you want to be able to, I guess, use the resources you have and become sustainable with as much impact as possible.
Don't shy away from your mainstream media, even though, it's mainstream. They follow the mainstream codes. Like, you never know what they're looking for.
I'm your host, Quincy Kennedy, and you're hanging out with us in Thought Fox Studio 1, also known as the Fox Den. And I got the team here today. Twice now, the Suicide Squad. Second time we've all come together to produce this fantastic show. Co-pilot today.
Hey.
Els is in the building. Ellie, how are we doing?
I'm good. How are you, Q?
I am fantastic.
That's wonderful to hear.
Yes.
That sounds way too sarcastic. I don't
I'm really fantastic. Like, I'm pretty pumped to be here. Actually, I came in really zooming, excited. They got more coffee in my blood thanks to Glee Coffee, so I'm really zooming now. But more importantly, we have Matt the Kid Lindsay from NSA. How are we doing, bud?
Back in the building.
Back
fantastic.
in the building. You've been here quite a bit as well. Yeah, since we've been missing Dave and some of the other team. And Jase, back in your home seat.
Back in the home seat again. I'm molded right into it.
Molded right there, shaped like a monument.
Feels good to be back, actually.
It does.
But Dave just didn't feel the same.
The day didn't feel the same?
The Dave seat.
The Dave seat. Oh, yeah, the Dave seat, which is Ellie's rocking now.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
Different contour.
Got to be very talkative, so we'll see how Ellie goes.
Well, everyone's always talkative. Like, I think we're all a pretty talkative group, everybody.
But we might not be laughing. Is that right, guys? What are we doing?
Bit somber on it today.
I'm very serious today.
Very serious face. Oh, yeah, you're right. These guys aren't laughing today.
No.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, there's a challenge being laid by Matt here, and Jase has, eagerly joined him. No laughing. Was that a bit of a smile? What's going on? No. Okay, composed.
I think we're allowed to smile.
Oh, okay. So,
Can you?
all right.
You just can't laugh?
Can you lay some ground rules just so I know what's going on?
Yeah, what's the ground rules here? So
You can smile, but not laugh.
I was talking before off camera and said how much fun the podcast is, and Joe said no one should be having fun. So I said, okay, let's give it a go and not enjoy ourselves.
That's exactly what a university will do to you.
yes.
So don't go to school, kids.
100%. I vouch for that.
Leave now.
Don't do that. Don't. If you've started something, finish it.
Peer pressure, guys. I'm not a fan of school. I have 30 plus grand in debt from school. So.
Yeah.
But you learnt a lot.
I'm not a school fan.
Actually, I would hate to look at what your hex stat is. Jase?
You can still talk in the podcast. You just can't laugh.
He's wondering what hex is.
Oh.
A bit of a sore point.
Yeah.
I
How many years at uni did you do? 1 million?
Too many. Kind of blended into one, actually. It was very repetitive. Maybe I repeated a few times.
Repeated.
So please be as serious as you need to be. Have zero fun in the show.
Yeah.
But can you speak up? I can't hear you. Maybe I'll just turn my mic up. Maybe.
Adjust the muffs.
Can you hear us?
Adjust the muffs.
Adjust the muffs.
I'm not going to lie, I'm really struggling right now.
No, too bad you can't have no fun. Loser.
None fun.
Zero fun. Fun sucker. All right. Anyway, guys, pumped for today. We got word of the week. Thanks for that, Mike. Word of the week. This one's a fun one, guys.
You got that right, by the way.
I did. Because Mike, the producer, is on top of it with the quick hands. Word of the week. Celebrate. But you guys are wondering, why did Q choose this? Because Q and the team at NSA is celebrating 1 year of lacrosse in Newcastle.
Wow.
So,
really?
yes, we started this a year ago.
Making history.
Making history in Newcastle. Literally, there's never been lacrosse in Newcastle. It's been lacrosse in Sydney, but never rocking it out in Newcastle. If you want to prove me wrong, please show me the evidence. But big shout out to everyone who's been playing with us. Big shout out to Bob Anderson and family back in the States who helped us get this started. Big shout out to national player Matt Taylor. Big shout out to Dennis Juliff, Mattias Kosher, the whole NSA team, and everyone who's just helped us put this together. And big shout out to all you Earth movers who are hanging out with us and who started this journey with us in lacrosse. So that's what we're celebrating. That's why the word is celebrate. But in regards to that, to get more practical and more deep and philosophical as I do, celebrate. I think we need to do that a lot. We need to celebrate our wins. We're so focused on what we're doing moving forward, trying to get to the next milestone, trying to achieve. And sometimes we just are so focused on what we're doing wrong and trying to correct things that a lot of things could be happening for us, but we're not celebrating those wins. Great example with lacrosse. Like, we're making history. It's really growing. Like, we have 3 teams. We had 4 teams. Took a step back. But, we started at just a free learn to play. And I'm already thinking, like, oh, how can we make this better? Like, how can we produce a better product? How can we grow the game? How can we get into schools? And I haven't took a second to stop and just celebrate the wins that we've got. The fact that there's lacrosse here and that we're able to share lacrosse with so many people. So celebrate, guys. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's a fantastic word. And I think, as you said, a lot of people are going to automatically be able to list 10 things that they've done today that are wrong. But, Q, what's one thing today? Take lacrosse out of it.
Yep.
That you did well, that you want to celebrate. What's one thing?
One thing I did well that I want to celebrate.
Absolutely.
Went to the gym.
There we
Not
go.
only did I go to the gym.
You did it well?
I did it really well. Had a great leg day.
But
There's no
what
but.
have you done poorly?
Wasn't disciplined with my time 100% today. I did download a game on my phone because it was trending in iTunes and played it for probably 30 minutes too long. That I'm not happy about.
I love that you said 30 minutes too long and not the actual duration.
Don't put me on blast. This is my show. No, I'm just playing. How about you guys? What do you guys think? What's celebrating? What's worth celebrating?
I celebrate all the time.
Celebration is a joyous occasion. You usually laugh when you celebrate.
What's the moments that you guys are celebrating right now?
I am celebrating the fact that I'm going back to university next year.
Yes, clap it
my
up.
degree.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. I read a lot of stats of when people take a year off, they don't usually go back. But I'm proud of myself.
You have a year left.
I do.
Good on you, bro. That is really worth celebrating, and we're gonna celebrate really hard when you graduate. It's gonna be good.
Also celebrating the fact that we're taking our first overseas trip with NSA.
Yes,
That's very
rock out.
exciting.
Definitely.
That's soon, isn't it?
Yeah, going to North America. Nice and cold over there at the moment.
It is.
Throw some snow in Dave's face. Can't wait to do that one.
Whitewash.
Yeah,
Make some yellow snow. Yellow snow cone.
It's little things, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
It's been built up for a few years, so
That's awesome. Congrats,
gonna
guys.
enjoy that one.
A lot of celebrating. Jase, what are you happy about today? What did you do well that you want to celebrate today?
What did I do well today? I showed restraint.
Yeah. Ooh, elaborate.
I think it's those moments in life where something might not go 100% to plan, and instead of immediately expressing your feelings, you take a while to marinate. And I'm still marinating, so I think I'm going to marinate for a few more days before things come out a little bit more clearly. So I think that's the best thing I've done today so far is restrain and then marinate.
You sound like you're in the trenches right now.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
It's a deep one, but hey, that's part of the journey, yeah?
That is part of the journey.
Yeah.
I feel like we've both gone very monotonal as to try to win this
Yeah,
challenge.
you have.
I think we need to break this, mate.
I agree. Yeah, we'll
I
call
think
it a
you do.
truce.
Yeah.
There we go.
You guys are killing the vibe of the show.
Let's have some fun.
Absolutely. That was no fun.
How long did we last?
Does that mean we win?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Winner.
We lasted
Wow.
8 minutes. That's not bad.
Real quick, have to apologize. Made a quick joke about a minute and a half ago about this being my show. My apologies. It's not my show. It's our show. And I feel really bad about that, actually. Like, I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't even a funny joke.
I thought it was all about you.
No, it's never about me. No, absolutely not.
On the new looking website, all I see is pictures of you up there. So
That's how it was at my house, actually. There's like a whole wall of John and all his trophies and like...
it's your time.
Yeah, it's my time. Right, my wall of fame. Take that, JFK. Little buster. More importantly, guys, today's a fantastic show. Super excited for what we have going on today. As you guys can see, the legendary Els, as I like to call her, Ellie, is sitting right next to me, co-pilot. And actually, she's going to run the show today. So we're super excited for what she has for us in regards to grassroots sports and media and how we can harness that and use it to our advantage. So, Elle, what's the topic of discussion?
Well, what do you want to talk about, Q?
Actually, I'm a social media guy, so I would go straight into social media. So if we don't want to break that ice, then we should probably go elsewhere. But for me, it's all about social.
Yeah, so social media, not even just in grassroots sports, in all sports, I think it plays such a big part because social media we'll break it down to team, like a sporting team is how you connect with your fans.
Absolutely.
With the people who watch you, who come and watch you, week in, week out. So you got to, kind of use social media to your advantage. And like, I think social media is such a big advantage to you because it's free.
Yep.
All it's really going to do is take up your time, maybe, maybe your creativity. But yeah, like use that to your absolute
Social media.
Put it in your arsenal, like use social media. Craft a bit of a personality, with it, pick who you want to be or emulate what the team is about on social media. And, if someone comes and watches you week in and week out, they're going to follow you on Facebook. And if they feel that you're the same team on the ice as you are on social media, who they have contact with throughout the week, they're going to love you and they're going to recommend you. And, they're going to love what you're doing.
It's almost an entertainment thing. And I think social media for any brand, for any grassroots sport, for any team is undervalued.
Yeah.
It's so undervalued. I mean, what you can do building a tribe, building that culture. Like, honestly, guys, social media is code for the internet. It's code for life now. Social media is what we do.
Yeah.
And it's all over. It is the internet. And so, just like she said, like it's the opportunity to kind of show your face on and off the field.
Yeah.
And I think you hit it right on the nail with that one.
Yeah. And like you can do so much with social media. You can, you post your news, you post results, you share your celebrations, you talk about the sadder things. You didn't win a game, like that's too bad. But but you really if you really use social media to its like what it's there for, like you can do so much and really include people into your club. Like, there's only so many people you put on the fields or on the ice, but people want to feel included, and you can definitely use social media for that. You can do it so like easily and so well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really make people feel part of what you're doing.
There's so many elements to that as well. I'm self-confessed I'm useless at social media. I only got Instagram probably about 4 or 5 months ago, and everyone laughed at me. But yeah, absolutely, and I'll continue to be that. But like for anyone that's hopefully not in my scenario, but would you mind breaking down the different types of social media? Just maybe like one sentence for each of them, and just say what you think they could be best used for in that application for getting a grassroots sports up.
Well, I'd like to sort of say that you don't need every platform. Like, I think there's a big emphasis on people, feeling like they need, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, like all of them. You don't. But, Facebook, I feel, is what you should have, simply because everyone's on Facebook.
Yeah.
Now, I know that is not true, but so many people are on Facebook. And
Billions.
Billions of people. So you want me to break down what I think each of these platforms is in one sentence?
Probably even the best way that you think it might be able to be used for, say, again, hypothetically, starting a grassroots sport. If you're going to use Facebook, best use for Facebook.
I think the best use for Facebook is for information. Well, to me anyway, like sharing those those moments like that you're celebrating, the scores of the game, like, and sharing stories. Like if you have someone who's writing for like your website as well, like sharing stories that you've created on those websites, sharing stories that someone's written about you on their web, like it's that sharing platform. Creating, it's somewhere you can also and get people having a conversation as well. Like it's really good for that.
Yep.
Whereas Twitter is that quick fire information. Like, you can do your updates. I think it's more friendly for like meme sharing as well, like and gifs and gifs. And like the quick little snippets, and you can
Very
blow,
newsy.
very newsy. Like you can blow Twitter up, and no one's going to get all that annoyed. That you're constantly updating it, whereas they will on Facebook, Instagram, photos, videos.
It's the art. Instagram is all about the art. It's about eye candy.
Yeah, definitely.
Visual appeal. If you jump on Q's Instagram, I tell you what, there's guns galore.
Oh yeah.
Guys, stop.
And
You're making me blush.
Right, left, right.
And like Snapchat's another good one, but Instagram now has the sort of same feature as Snapchat, where you can have your story. Actually, even Facebook Messenger now has a story sort of capability. So it's really, I think, like what you like to do for your sport, almost. Like if you, do take lots of photos and you want to share those with people, then get Instagram, because you can just hit share. You can also put them on Facebook. But if you're not really going to like utilize Snapchat, then you don't need it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So sort of like think about what you like to do, who your administrators are, sort of who has access to your pages, what they can do to sort of pick and choose, and like have a bit of a discussion about what you want to share with people, what you want to achieve, and pick your platforms based on that.
Absolutely. It's about, and correct me if I'm wrong, but each platform, I guess, has its own language, and you communicate differently in all of those. I think what's really cool about Facebook is you talked about like the admin side of things, that you can really like check out your analytics, and you can really find your avatar and the stats and tracking the effectiveness of your audience on that platform. And I think, like you mentioned, like if you're not on Snapchat, well, then whatever. That is the big thing now. But then you see Instagram has the story feature now. One thing I'd like to like kind of just pinpoint is maybe it's not necessary to get on all platforms. Actually, it's not necessary. But sometimes it is necessary to play on them, because if you think about like Vine, so people could have said whatever about Vine, but a lot of those Vine stars are now really good at Instagram stories and really good at YouTube videos. And so it's more of like
sort of
playing
because they
with
had
it.
to, because they're losing viewers because people were moving away from that. But I do know what you mean, though. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess I'm more relating to understanding platforms and how to perform on a platform, and then being able to take that to another platform. So.
Oh, that's a case of beer.
That is a case of beer, guys. Sorry.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Here's a media tip. Always put your phone on silent.
There you go. Oh, sorry, team.
I want to share my opinion on social media.
Yeah, let's do it.
I haven't said anything for about 8 minutes, so I'm chiming in here.
We've been going back and forth.
Yeah, thanks, guys. For me, the social media on sports or following a team and stuff is, I like going on it to see kind of behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I don't really follow a team's Twitter and things to see a play-by-play, like, Jimmy just passed to Fred. Oh, John's dumped it in.
Yeah.
Like that sort of stuff's kind of boring, and I'd go to the game if I wanted to see that. I'd be more interested in, Dave and Thomas are going at it in front of the net, or, something that's a bit more exciting where I'm like, oh, I wish I was there to see that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or, the guys getting ready or in warm-up, things like that. So stuff that you don't see if you're there in the building, but you can still feel immersed if you're on the social media.
Yeah, no, I completely understand what you mean. People love a behind the scenes, like behind the lens kind of thing, and makes them feel like a part of it. Like, because, if you go to a game, like, you'll see the game, but you want to know what's happening behind the scenes. So, I think that's important as well. Like, you should have, if you're a grassroots sport, you're a club, you really need to have a chat about these platforms, like, because they are so valuable to you, but they're only valuable to you the way you use them.
Good point.
You don't need to know everything, about these platforms, but I think it's a good idea to kind of look at what other people are doing, see what other people like, and kind of, you know, think about, well, I do stand next to the bench. Like, I can take a photo of when someone's in the sin bin. Like, people will love that. That's really cool because like, I won't see it down there, and, you know, doing different stuff like that. Yeah, like doing a blow by blow on Twitter, yeah, it's pretty boring, but as soon as you stick to the main points, it's interesting. So, yeah, like, I completely understand what you're saying.
I think teams have to be more willing to involve behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, the players are all for it and they don't care. And like, me as a player, I would love to do all that. Like, we're the ones that are trying to sell the entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, we are the entertainment, I guess. And the more you can put us out there and get fans interaction, the better it is for the sport and for that team.
And that's where the discussion comes in as well. Like, what someone who looks after the social media might think is the best way of doing things won't necessarily mesh with you guys. Like, we might be thinking, oh, they're too busy immersed in the game, we don't want to distract them, you know, whereas you guys like, yeah, like, sign us up, we'll do some behind the scenes stuff, that kind of thing. And then, you know, you got your coaching staff who are like, no, they need to focus. So it's sitting down, having a discussion and thinking what is going to be the best way it's what's best for your fans. Yeah, because like, you want people to come in and watch your sport. That's
It's entertainment.
Yeah, it's entertainment. So what can you do to entertain these people, especially during the week?
Yeah.
Like, when you're not playing the sport, like, how can you keep them engaged? How can you get them in on the weekends watching? Like, you know, you start doing that stuff behind the scenes and sharing it on social media.
It's like documentation. It's like documenting what's going on, and it really does, like, give your fans, I guess, that inside look. And for a grassroots sport, I think it brings brand or sport awareness. Like, for us, I mean, for NSA, no one knew you guys had the academy here, and that just kind of allowed you guys to kind of get that market and, you know, I guess, appeal to your avatar. Even with lacrosse, like, we're getting inquiries because people never knew it was here in Newcastle.
Yeah.
So again, I think social media is a great way to drive traffic to whatever you're doing, but not to be like advertising on the platform. It's more being it's more, what's the word I'm looking for?
Passive.
Storytelling. Passive. Yeah,
like a personality.
yeah, it's like inbound marketing, right? Is instead of forcing them to look at your advertisement, they're giving you permission to sell to them rather than you just being very salesy.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's about when it comes to social media. But talk about social media, I'm seeing a lot of things with different sport clubs or different broadcasting going into like live YouTube videos or live Facebook videos. Ellie, talk to us about that in regards to a grassroots sport. Is it better to be broadcast maybe like on a YouTube like live feed or Facebook, or is it better to be like on Fox Sports? Or like, just give us, I guess, a rundown on that.
Well, right now, live Facebook videos are your best friend because they're new. Facebook really wants you to use them, so they rank them above everything else. So if you're following someone and they go live, you'll get a notification saying it's, you know, this person is live, and when they end, you'll get a notification saying it's finished. So right now, that is your best friend. But like, Facebook is always changing. They're probably thinking of a million different things right now. So Facebook really makes you trendy because you have to use their features for the most amount of people to see your things. But yeah, at the moment, live Facebook is the best option if you want people seeing your stuff. It does suck up your data if you're out in the field and you're Facebook living. So there is that warning. But I think like the best way to go about it is to do as many things as possible to get eyes on your sport. So whether you're live Facebooking, you're reaching out to one of the news stations, like one of the TV news stations, or anything like that. But if you don't have those capabilities, then like I very strongly suggest giving Facebook Live a go, because it's not going to hurt anyone. It's a video on your Facebook, and people can get notified to watch it, and if they don't, they can go and watch it later.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and like you can do that on Twitter as well. Like now Twitter has live videos, and you can put videos on Instagram, like even though they're shorter. But yeah, you shouldn't undervalue how much people love videos and photos. So utilize them. Utilize those sorts of things.
I think, when you just mentioned the Twitter and the video, I think video and these media platforms going with live videos and being almost broadcast networks. Gary Vaynerchuk talks about, the phone being the new TV and the TV becoming the radio, right? Where in 5 years, like it's going to be cell phone first, like mobile first. So I guess in regards to that, let's say you were a grassroots sport, you had a grassroots sport, and you had the option to be on TV with Fox Sport or ABC or whatever, or get a contract with YouTube where they're producing live videos. What would you go with?
Ooh, that's a hard question. You need to look at what your sport is, what you want to do with it, who your audience is. That's the biggest one. Who's your audience? Like, are they going to be watching Fox Sports? Or are they going to be on YouTube? Like, you need to know your audience to be able to say, well, this Fox Sports deal, which, it excludes me doing something like, putting up YouTube videos. That's not going to be good for me, because like people who are going to be on YouTube are our audience, and they're not going to be watching Fox Sports. So you need to know your audience, and then make your decisions based on what you think your audience wants, what's going to be best for you in terms of getting more people in and watching and engaged.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's no hard and fast rule. Like it's do what's best for you. But just because someone, waves a contract at you, don't think that's oh yeah, we've made it. Yeah, this is great. Like, make sure you know what your audience wants and make considerations.
Absolutely.
Read the fine print, that sort of thing.
Don't get caught up in a contract where you're almost sucked in. And
It's very exciting, don't get me wrong, and it could be the right thing for you. If someone waves a contract at you, you'll get a slot on Fox Sports at this time every week. But is it right for you?
Absolutely. Well, I think that limits our reach as well. Being a grassroots sport, you want to be able to, I guess, use the resources you have and become sustainable with as much impact as possible. But at the same time, with, I guess, a big broadcast network like that, like you said, like, okay, let's say it's 5 o'clock every day. Well, actually, maybe a pretty decent time, but maybe like 2 a.m., like, what is your audience on TV at 2 a.m.? And it's so limited, and it's so expensive for that, where you have, one of these other social media platforms that, essentially could be free.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like, sure, you can pay money on Facebook for your content to reach more people, but for the most part, social media is free. And if you're a grassroots sport, you're not going to have much money. You're not going to be able to, throw money at things. So utilize what you have at in your arsenal and use it to your best of your ability. That's that's the main thing.
Biggest bang for buck, really.
Yeah,
you
biggest
don't
bang
want
for buck.
Yeah, but overspend your budget first thing, but as you said, you don't want to negatively impact your audience.
Yeah, definitely.
To the point where they're like, I'm sick of this. I'm over
definitely.
this. Like, content overload.
All right.
I'm curious to hear your opinions on this. When we started just a recreational league in Newcastle, and when we started, we were filming all the games. We weren't putting them live or anything.
Yeah.
But when we were doing that, it almost created more work for us, because we had so many players then emailing us, like if they got a bad penalty or something like that, or they wanted proof of something. It was constant in our inbox saying, hey, can you send me this thing? Or I feel like I was hard done by there. Can you re-look at the footage and do all this? And it just hit the point where we're like, all right, let's forget it. And even now, like there's security cameras in the rink, and we still get requests. We don't have access to that, but there'll be people that say, hey, we know there's security cameras around the rink. Can you look at our footage from period 2 of whatever? And I'm just like, no.
For in-house?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's almost created more problems.
Yeah.
But like for the North Stars, though, I love having the footage there to kind of, like Dave and I in the office will often go back and look at him falling over because he usually does. And, pull out funny moments like that.
Yeah.
So I can see the value in it as a player. But as an owner of the league, it was just a pain to have to deal with it.
Yeah, radio. NSA has done really well on Instagram and on social media platform. What has that done for you guys?
It's helped us a lot, actually. We've had a lot of other businesses reach out to us to want to kind of work together and, build our brand along with theirs and things like that. It definitely helped get our reach outside of Newcastle as well.
Right.
But again, it all started like the first few hundred followers was a real struggle. But the more raw and behind the scenes type footage we did, the more traction we got.
Yeah. People love seeing that, hey? Oh, it's like very much like you follow a team based on what you love about them. So maybe it is like the way they play and that sort of stuff. But personality off the field, off the ice plays such a big part as well. And I think, for people who are a bit of a technophobe, they don't really see the value in that. But if you create a personality with your social media, more people are going to follow you, more people are going to like you, more people are going to engage with you. And that is what you want. That's what Facebook is there for people engaging with you. Because if they engage with you, they're going to come. They're going to spend money and you're going to profit from that. And all you're doing is posting photos, videos, behind the scenes stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
It might take a little time, might need to sit down with someone and brainstorm some stuff, but for that little amount of work, you creating this. You're creating your community, you're creating your fandom. So I am very much, I love social media for that. I love that, you can create personality off the ice and you can do fun things. Like North Stars this year, our producer Mick came up with the idea to do live Q&As. Like people loved those.
Yeah.
It was slow at the beginning, but like people were tuning in. But by the end, we're getting so many questions, asking. I actually think the longest one we did was me and you did it, and that was the longest one because people kept sending us in questions and
Had the most views too.
Yeah, most views.
No big deal.
There you go.
No big deal. But people love it. People want to know more. They crave information. So give it to them, but give it to them in a way that is going to benefit you.
Yeah, add value. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Social media is just, you see so many people just like throwing up content and it's just like, well, that's not even useful. It's not just about, it is about being consistent, but you're only as good as your last post.
Yeah.
So if you're putting up garbage, well then now you're garbage.
Well, actually, it's funny you say that because for many years I've been an avid Australian Ice Hockey League fan, but embarrassingly, I'm not an NHL fan, and I get asked all the time, who do you follow in the NHL? Because people just assume you follow NHL. So this year I've decided I'm going to change that, and I'm going to get me an NHL team.
Yes.
Rock
out.
I have been...
So it's obviously the Leafs.
No.
By the Leafs, you mean Detroit Red Wings, right?
No. I have. I'm at the beginning of my journey, and I will be charting my journey on the Grassroots Sports website. So follow along. And I do want everyone's opinions, but I'm going to be watching games and definitely following social media.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you're funny on social media, I'm going to love you. I want to have a sense that you're having fun with it. So following along on social media, seeing who does what during the games, and
I'm curious to see the result. See what team you actually go with. When are you going to pick a team? By the end of the season, or when do you think it's going to happen?
I think by the end of the season, before the playoffs. So yeah,
It better be before the playoffs. You can't just jump on.
yeah. Well, that's exactly right.
bandwagon.
And that's right. That's right. I
Easy way
don't
to
want
do
to
it.
be a band.
I
I'm not
love
a
that team.
bandwagoner.
I followed them since the start.
I was rocking with them.
I
from the
knew they
start.
were going to win the whole time. You didn't listen to me.
If
I'm
anyone
telling you
knows
now.
me, they know I'm not a bandwagoner. So yeah, I'm going to be following all season, watching as many games as I can, all the highlights reels, and yeah, by the end, I'm going to whittle it down to my one team.
Wow.
Make sure you guys follow this journey.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a great example of personality, like bringing that personality to Grassroots and just your personal brand in itself. Excited to see that. So I guess moving on top of that, I guess what other platforms, because you're talking more about blogging, but what other media coverage can Grassroots Sports get? Okay, so you have social media, you have live videos, you have blogging, you have newspaper, you have magazines. I think we have the Newcastle magazine, that sport magazine that's local here.
Hunter magazine.
Hunter magazine, yeah, whatever. So yeah, I guess what other media platforms can Grassroots Sports get in touch with or get on?
Look, do research. You can do only so much yourself with your social media platforms, but get in touch with your mainstream media, your mass media, so your TV, your radio, your magazines, your newspapers in the area. Don't be afraid to reach out to them. Like, you might not hear from them like back, but just keep sending them your stuff, because you never know when a space will become available and they can just say, oh, look, there is that. Oh, yep, there's the information, there's a photo, drop it in. And
Yeah.
They don't
you're in the
have to chase
newspaper.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and don't be afraid to reach out, and don't be afraid to be persistent. Like, don't be horribly rude about it, but keep sending them your information. Be regular, let them know that they can contact you. And yeah, even with your magazines, like, if you can get a spread in a magazine based on like, oh, they keep sending me information, oh cool, that look what they're doing, look what's coming up, we'll do a story. So yeah, don't shy away from your mainstream media, even though it's mainstream, they follow the mainstream codes. Like, you never know what they're looking for. You never know when a space becomes available. So always reach out and keep sending them your stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, do your research. But yeah, like, reach out to your blogs as well. Like, there's a website called The Raw. That's a sporting website. The bloggers are always on that. There's always blogs. Do your social media. Run your own website if you have the time. Produce your own news, because for the most part, you're in the know, so you have your own news and you can share that on social media as well.
Absolutely.
That sort of thing. Just going back to mainstream media a little bit, like, it doesn't cost anything to write a press release. Like, I know people hear, oh, press release, what is that? It's basically your
PR.
information on a Word document, and you send it to someone. Like, it's giving them your information. Like, if you've got something coming up, tell someone about it. If you want exposure, you need to tell someone what you've got going on. No one's magically gonna think, oh, I think they got something coming on. No, you need to tell people what you've got going on. So send a press release.
That's
with a
definitely me.
contact. Like, I know we all get really wrapped up, we get really busy, but if you want to promote your sport and if you want more bums on seats, you got to promote yourself. Like, send out your information, be contactable. That's the main thing. Like, and be current. If you've got a website, if you've got social media, keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Do not, and don't go posting the game results the week later. Like, get them up quick. Be
Right.
fresh,
That
be
is
current.
definitely me. Oh,
I know, we all, I completely understand, like, especially people in grassroots sports, because, clubs are often run off just a few people.
yeah.
Yeah, but so, like, I completely understand, but you need to be conscious that, especially today in such a media savvy kind of world,
Yeah.
like, Jase, you say you're not media savvy, but you see the value in having a Facebook page, don't you? And
You have to have it, yeah.
So you do need to dedicate some time to these things. And if you can't dedicate it, then get someone who can dedicate time. And even, if you just, manage them and give them the information, they can do it for you. It's really important, especially in these days, to have it.
Absolutely. I think it could be hold my hand up to be a guinea pig for this. This has got me all very motivated and excited. So I'm generally very anti-technology. I loathe the time spent on social media, but
a lot of people are, and they kind of fear what they don't know. See, Facebook excites me, like social media excites me, but for other people, they're just like, I don't get it. I don't understand why I have to have this. It's such a waste of time.
it's that thing at the end of the day too that kind of chips away. Oh, I haven't done that post, or I haven't interacted, and
I find that's where, like exactly what you're saying, that's where I would actually stay away from a platform if I haven't been on it for a couple days. Like I just feel like I don't know what it is. It's like I haven't posted in a couple of days. Like and you're kind of almost like scared to get back on the platform. It's when you're consistent, you feel good. It's almost like a guilt thing. Like I haven't been on the platform or whatever it is. Or like if you're not consistent, you don't get a brand voice.
Absolutely.
And so then it's harder to post and it's harder to create content because you don't have that brand voice.
Yeah.
But I think realistically, what both you guys are saying is like, I think this is where we're going, right? Like I mentioned the thing about we're mobile first. If you are not on social media, one, as a business, like you're done. Like
Absolutely.
you are done. Like you have about a few years left to get on board, or you're just done. Like even Google will stop ranking you if you don't have a mobile friendly website. So and that's the way we're going. And some older companies and older CEOs like, I don't see the thing with this social media thing. Like you're done. If you're a club, especially club sports, like I see with lacrosse, like New South Wales lacrosse just got on board with the whole social thing. Like they've been quiet, and since I seen them hop on social, like I've seen so many more likes from them, so many more followers. And then I look at some clubs that have been together forever out in Victoria and Melbourne, and they still have the same couple hundred followers, and it's just rubbish. It's like you guys. You have no choice, and like you're saying, like you just started your business, you're growing, like you said, like even you see the value in it.
Oh, absolutely. You can't ignore it. And next week I'm going to stick my head on the chopping block and do a Facebook Live. First time. I'll make a mess of it.
There we go. Yes.
Let's just see you guys jump on. And
I think you'll be fine. If you can do this, you can do Facebook Live.
hey, throw me some questions then. All right, all you earth movers out there, throw some questions.
Yes,
I'll
definitely.
On the Alive and Nutrition page.
absolutely.
Yes.
I'll coordinate a time and we'll share it around.
Make sure
Maybe
you
we'll do
tell
that.
people you're going to do it in
Absolutely.
the lead up so
Yep.
they know.
That's like
Hey,
that
I'm
mistake
live.
as well.
The one thing that irks me when people have something to say, they leave it to right to the day. So don't do that. Tell people it's coming up. Make an event so people know it's there. It comes up, it pops up like in their Facebook feed if they've got an event on that day. People can say they're interested in it. It reminds them make an event. Tell people it's happening. Like tell them a couple of times before and make sure you tell them to share it. Like, you want more people to see it and share it. Call to action on Facebook is really valuable to you too. And it's a call to action. It sounds scary, but it's literally, share this with your friends so they can see it too. That's a call to action.
Yep.
There's actually a really good book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. Again, another
Did Rocky
plug.
Balboa write it?
No, actually Gary V. Another plug for Gary Vaynerchuk. But Jab, 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 Right Hook. And it talks about a lot of these platforms that we're talking about right now and talk about, I guess, the language of the platform, how to use it properly, how to communicate on it.
Yeah.
And I guess more of the story from Jab, 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 Right Hook is give valuable content, give value, and then you have that, I guess, ability to ask, almost that inbound marketing again. But yeah, great book in regards to if you have no idea what to do on social media, you don't know where to start, that's a great book to start. So maybe we'll link that in the show notes, maybe not, don't know. Go ahead.
You'll have to check to find out.
Yeah.
I will have to check to find out. Yeah, I've been working on checking out our own media. I am a solid listener to the audio podcast. So every now and then when I want to see my pretty face, I'll hop on YouTube and watch the podcast as well.
And the guns.
And the guns. That's exactly it. Oh, is it arms out, guns out, sun out, gun out?
Sun's out, guns out.
Sun's out. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
And the sun is definitely out because it is almost summer here in Newcastle. So
Almost. It's been 30-something degrees the last few days.
it's really
Killer.
good.
It's gonna
Feels
be
about
up there.
30 degrees in here with these lights. Holy smokes, I'm sweating.
And the muffs.
And the muffs. That's exactly it. I guess what else do we have on that topic? Again, the blogging, the social media, the live videos. it just really be a student of it, because social media is something that's always growing. It's really fast paced. And I think that it's important that we just study other people, like you said, and just look at what other people are doing well, duplicating, not copying, but duplicating what they're doing, and mixing your own flavor, and just really, I guess, be a practitioner in it. Like, I know one thing, even for my Facebook live videos, like, because you're live, so you're seeing the comments and the views. If you start with 10 and it slowly goes to 8, 7, 6, 5, what are you doing wrong? Maybe the phone is too close to your face and they can see your nostril hairs. Like, pay attention to what's going on around you, right? Maybe it's too windy in the background. It's like, and like no one can hear you anyway, so people are dropping off. So just be a practitioner, pay attention, and I guess my next step would be, what room is there for print anymore? So we are talking about media. We are talking about digital. Like, even with TV, I feel like that's so ancient. But like print, what are we doing with print nowadays? Is that even worth it? So
there is a focus with print, traditional media, to put stories online first. But they're still printing. So print holds a really special place in my heart. I'm a print journalist. I love print, and I think print is special. You can see your name on a web, but if you see it in print, you get so excited, especially for a little kid. Like, even some grown adults I know, they love seeing their name in print. It's hard copy, it's in their hands, they can feel it, they love it. I'm a bit biased. Yeah, I love print media, and I do think there is a place for it. It's just, with the encroaching digital age, journalists who look after that print media have so many more demands. So that's where I implore people to be easy to access. So if you're a grassroots sport in a club, like, be contactable, have your contact details, a working email, a number, like someone to contact on your social media, your website. Be contactable, be approachable. If someone does call you and they want to do a story, don't just shut them down like, oh, I don't know who you to talk to, that sort of thing. Like, oh, I don't know who you can talk to. Like, what do you want? Like, ask them questions. What are you after? Find the right people for them to talk to. Like, you've got this window, use it, and yeah, like I said before, like, do your research, find out what print is got, like, your newspapers, your magazines, what is happening, and send them emails. Like, keep them updated, like even a weekly email with a summary, or with what's going on, because at some stage they're gonna use what you're sending them, or they're gonna like what they see and contact you. Like, just think soccer. 10 years ago, soccer was a grassroots sport in Australia. Like, it did not receive the coverage it does now. Now you can't escape it in the paper, especially where we are in the Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald's filled with the Newcastle Jets soccer team and your Newcastle Knights.
We don't talk about those on this show.
But I'm just like saying, if you're a grassroots sport, don't give up hope. Don't just think, oh, they're not going to run anything. All right, they might not run anything for the first 5 weeks that you send them something, but on the 6th week they might, and then the 7th week, and the 8th week. Like, just going back to the Newcastle North Stars, like, stop me if I sound like I'm bandwagoning here, guys. I'm just going on this massive rant. But yeah, with the Newcastle North Stars, it took us a good couple of years, but we started getting weekly write-ups in the Newcastle Herald. Sure, they're small, but for the big things, we get pretty good write-ups. And I don't think any other team gets that. And that is special. Like, we've worked hard to promote, ice hockey in Newcastle, and now we get recognition in the daily newspaper for the town. So, yeah, don't give up hope. Be contactable. Like, you just keep promoting yourself. And, yes, just send an email. It's not hard.
Absolutely. What I hear in your little rant there.
I'm sorry, I really went rant.
No, it's really good, solid stuff. What I hear you saying is, one, consistency, and if I can add a little bit to the back of that, consistency. But once you get a couple of those prints, or a couple of those, even if it's like a retweet or a blog written, use that momentum. Momentum is key. Use that opportunity maybe you post just as much more on that week that you get that, just to get in front of people and for people to see you. Even so, like she's saying, so you're sending 5, 6, 7 weeks and nothing's happening. Use that opportunity to build your platform or your social media. So once it does go and they do put a little blurb on your Instagram handle, your Twitter handle, people don't get to it and it says like 5 followers. You know, like you want, I guess, a stability there. You want to show like I am credible when you do get that opportunity. So stay consistent, use the momentum.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. I think that this would be fun for us, especially what Jase just said. Like he's going to be doing some live stuff, and he's plugging in as a new business with Enliven Nutrition, and he's just starting the social media thing. And then what we're all doing, I think we should all plug our social media and allow all of our Earth Movers to follow us and let us know how we're doing. Right? Like give us the good feedback. And
definitely.
I think in addition to following us at Grassroots, but let's just, if we can, if Mike's producer let us, let's just give our handles for people to follow us and they can give us feedback. So we want to be practitioners, right? Like we're doing this, we're a grassroots sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do this. So I think this would be the best way to practice what we preach. So start from the left. Matt, what's the NSA hockey handle?
Instagram's probably our biggest and most active social media.
Yep.
So that's just the handle at NSA_hockey.
Absolutely.
Pretty simple.
Els, what's your handle? Maybe not the first one.
No, I just actually have to think what it is. So I love Twitter. Twitter's big for me. So it's actually one I set up like ages ago when I first got on, but it's E1MA. What is it again? No, E1MAWA.
On the twit.
On the Twitters.
On the Twitters.
But I strongly suggest you follow the Grassroots Sports Twitter. Grassroots_AU.
That's the place to be.
Actually, Instagram's a pretty good one. People are loving Grassroots Sports on Instagram.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. So follow us on that too, Grassroots_sports.
Absolutely. And on Facebook at facebook.com/Grassroots Sports. Jase, where can we find you? Because we're going to be all over you, making sure you're on the social.
Yeah, I've said it now.
I want to see the event. I'm going to like it.
all
I'm
that,
going to share it. I'm going to attend it.
Enliven Nutrition on Facebook. There's also Enliven Nutrition Performance Division, which is only relatively new. And I've also got Instagram Enliven_nutrition.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
We're there as well at NSA_lacrosse. Actually, we've been doing some collaboration. That's another point to make.
We have.
Growing a grassroots
Fuel
sport.
Friday.
Fuel Friday. We got Jase. Every Friday, we're doing a Fueled Friday. And he's just giving amazing nuggets, recipes, tips, recommendations. Make sure you guys check us out and ask questions. It's quality, guys.
Absolutely.
Hop on there, ask questions. Earth Movers. That's at NSA_lacrosse every Friday. Jase from Enliven Nutrition is on there. Make sure you guys ask questions. Point those questions over to Jase, and he'll answer those. Even follow him at Enliven Nutrition and point some questions over that way as well. So, man, that's fun. I want to see how we go. Maybe we'll do a follow-up episode and see if our followers have grown and seeing if we, are practitioners and practice what we preach. We'll find out. But more importantly, guys, follow us on those handles. Those are our personal handles for what we do. But again, Twitter at Grassroots_AU, Instagram at Grassroots_sports, and Facebook.com/Grassroots Sports. Make sure you guys hang out with us there. A fantastic show. Els knocked it out the park. The social media guru behind what we do here at Grassroots Sports. So super excited. Again, you guys have no idea. We're wrapping up this year, but what we have planned for you guys for 2017 is massive, and Ellie Hand is going to be all over that. So we're excited.
Yeah, I reckon Dave should be a little bit nervous, actually.
Yeah, he should. Yeah, woo. Keep that seat warm. I don't know if he can handle it. Awesome. We love it, guys. So make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe with the red button. Leave some comments. Again, you guys are fantastic. We love you guys, and this podcast would not be possible without you guys. So we only do it because you guys stick around and because we love grassroots sports. So we're going to continue to give as much as we can and continue to show you guys the love that you show us. That's it, all right. Continue to show you the love that you guys show us. So, as always, you're hanging out with us at Thought Fox Studio 1, also known as the Fox Den. Until next time, guys.